I love watching shop tours and like seeing all the things that people have in their shops that make their shops unique to either the things that they build or whatever it is that they do day to day. Whether it's mechanics or woodworkers or really anything in between. There's always things that after having years of experience doing something, people have found work really well for them. I have a few of those things in my shop, and one of them that I have just now given the actual time of day to really build up a little bit is a large roll of paper. I used them a lot in college. That's where I started kind of sketching to get all my ideas out and things like that. So since then, I've used a lot of large format paper, get a lot of sketches out, a lot of big ideas. Use a lot of large format paper to get some sketches and things to talk about that I've done and just thinking through what I need to do and how to build it. So I'd like to show off that tool and how I kind of made it mine. This is my paper cutter. I decided to make one where, yes, I easily could have just spent $10 at IKEA and bought a pre-made one, but it didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. The main feature on this one, outside of kind of the little 3D bits and bobs that I added to it, is that it has the ability to flip off the table and store itself. So it leaves the table perfectly flat, which makes me really happy. So if I happen to have a piece of material that's a little long, it will not get caught up anywhere. It can just be thrown on the table. I don't need to think that this is here until I need to make something else, have a new idea, and I can flip it back over. So some of the things that I did to make it a little bit more unique to myself are I added this locking mechanism. A lot of the ones that you find in stores, this sits on a little dowel and it kind of falls into a slot and then gravity holds it there. But with the flipping over the side of the table function that I wanted for it, that wouldn't have worked. Everything would have just fallen out. So I made this little twist lock so that it's unlocked. I can pull it out. There, it's locked. It's not going anywhere. So let me show you that real quick. Just say I ran out of paper. I untwist that, pull this completely out, and then can take out this roll and replace it with a new one. So it uses this little tri-lock thing. You can see here that it has these 3 little splines, and those match the internal part of that mechanism. So they slide in here on the negative, and then when you twist it, it gets caught by these matching splines. So it's pretty simple. Just kind of, when I modeled this, gave it a little bit of a cutout on the inside, and then just screwed it in on this side. These arrows are here just to tell you which way to twist it to lock it. So that's the first part. The second part that I added to this was the cutter, which is this little piece of steel here. So this part is the lock for that. So it works in a similar fashion as the dowel does, where you can see in the back here, there is a little recess where the end of this dowel goes in, which just like this. Once it finds its end, goes on, and then follow the instructions on the side, twist to lock. So now that's in there, it's not going anywhere. This does something similar on that end, but instead of twisting, you grab here, tension it back, and flip it sideways. So when it's sideways, you can see down in there, the little slot is revealed where this bar can be removed. So that makes changing out the paper a lot easier. You don't need to try to very carefully thread the needle of getting the paper underneath the inside, and makes just the entire setup a little bit easier. And I wanted it all to be tool free, so I didn't have to grab a screwdriver or anything. And then once you're done, to lock it back up, there's this little nub here, along with, you can see it on the side, little nub on this lock. So as you tension, pull this backwards, flexes the 3D print, goes sideways, and then snaps back in. So that's my little tool list system for how this thing works. And I'm really proud of it, how everything came together. And then obviously on the back end, there are just a couple of like 180-degree hinges. So that when I need it out of the way, nice and quick. And then when I want it back, start the next project or think through something, I have that ability. Get all this back together. And yeah, works pretty well. And another side benefit of this metal piece here is that it holds the paper in place. So as I flip it back and forth, it doesn't really let go of the paper, at least less easily. So this doesn't slowly unfurl like a thing of toilet paper. This is how I sometimes attack a problem, just walking through some of the ideas that I have in my head. Sometimes just sketching them either makes me see how amazingly brilliant an idea is, or more often than not, how absolutely terrible and useless it is. But both are super valid while trying to make something or solve anything. There's no real one right way to do it, which is something that has taken me a while to learn. But there are ways that feel better than others to me while I do it. The first idea sometimes will be the absolute best idea, but thinking through it and getting a few more ideas in your head just to prove to yourself that one of them is the best or works in certain aspects better than other aspects is really important. And when I'm ready for the new project, I just need to clear the old, rip, and we're ready to go again. Yeah, that kind of wraps that one up. I hope you enjoyed this journey into the way my mind works and how I work through these projects and get my ideas out on paper and things like that. Could I have easily just bought the IKEA one for $10 and it done basically the same job, of course, but it was a fun thing to make and to challenge myself and make something new that'll be a fixture in my shop for hopefully a while, because I really do enjoy sketching and getting ideas out this way. It just kind of adds to the whole vibe of the shop. It's my super niche item that literally no one else probably will try to recreate or make for their shop. But if there is something in your shop that you find super unique or weird or very niche to the type of stuff that you do or the way that you think can come at a problem, I'd love to hear about it. Please put it in the comments below. And until next time, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.